Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new here, I am Daisy Fox and this is Daisy Fox Tarot. So today's pick a card reading is going to take a look at your most likable qualities, okay? These are going to be the qualities that people appreciate the most about you, that make you the most likable. These are the things that people just really enjoy about you, about your presence, about your energy, okay? So really light, happy, fun reading today. Just going to find out what it is that people like about you. What do people think are the most likable things about you? So let's go ahead and jump in here. I have 4 piles for you guys to choose from, okay? Pile number 1 is going to be this deck here. It's the Pulp Magazine Tarot. Pile number 2 is going to be the Modern Witch Tarot. Pile number 3 is going to be the Phantom Wise Tarot. And pile number 4 is going to be the Totally Unofficial Adventure Time Tarot. So take some time, feel it out. These are the piles for you guys to choose from. I'll have the timestamps in the description box down below, as well as the pinned comment for you all. As far as picking a pile, you can kind of feel it out. You can look at the colors of the decks, whichever, kind of speaks to you more, okay? You can look at the timestamps and look at the numbers, see if there's any numbers down there that resonate for you. You also might feel called to multiple piles, okay? Totally normal, totally fine, okay? You'll just start with the pile that you feel the strongest pull towards. This is going to be like your FOMO pile is what I like to call it. This is the pile that if you had to just close out the video all of a sudden and you could never go back, what pile just would you say, dang, I just really wanted to know that one and now I'm not going to get to? Which is your FOMO pile, okay? That's your first pile. And then any others that you feel called to, you'll listen to those after the fact. There'll be some other messages in there for you, okay? So yeah, pause the video if you need a little bit more time. But anyways, you guys, I'm so excited to do this reading for you all and find out what it is that people find the most likable about you, okay? Right, I will see you all in your readings. Bye. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Pulp Magazine Tarot deck. This is the deck we'll be pulling your tarot cards from. And then I've got some oracle decks here as well that we will start off with to find out what it is that's most likable about you. What do people like the most about you, about your personality, about your energy, okay? So let's dive in. Let's get started here. We'll start with these oracle cards and then we'll jump to your tarot. All right. So we have preparation, okay? So you might be somebody who's very organized, you're very prepared. People like this about you. Let's see what else we have here. We also have my pile number 1s. We have Brave Bat, okay. With perception, change, flexibility. And it says, Sacred Messenger of the Night, grant me courage to face the dark inside. Okay, beautiful. And then let's grab final oracle card here before we jump into your tarot. And here's this one for sure. We have Poppy with Dream. Ooh, okay. So really interesting. Pile number 1, definitely hearing like you might kind of be the mom or dad of the friend group. You're kind of the parent of the friend group, maybe. It's like you're always prepared. You always have thought, it's like you think of everything in advance. Like people can always count on you to come through. They can always count on you to I don't know, just like have everything that they need. Like you're the friend, like you're the friend with, Tylenol in your purse and tampons, and you're that friend. You're like the friend who's always prepared. You're the one who's making the reservations for the group. You're the one who is taking care of all of that. And I know sometimes that can be a bit of because it's definitely labor to do that, right? Even if it's for our friends. But I think this is something that you kind of take pride in as well, okay? I think this is something that like you enjoy being perceived that way. Yeah. Okay, interesting. Let's go ahead and grab your tarot cards find out a little bit more about this. We'll also talk about this Poppy Dream card here in a moment as well. So for my pile number ones, what is it that people around them find most likable about them? I think that's your card. I'm feeling this one back here. Move around. We've got these two. Then we'll get, oh yeah, definitely these two here. Okay. All right, let's flip these over. I'm going to leave this here in case we want to pull or need to pull any more. We have the High Priestess. Okay. Yeah, perception here too. Like, I think you're just, it's like you can look ahead and know what it is that you're gonna need. It's like you just have great perception. Like, you're just really good at planning ahead. I think you have great perception as well. I think you give great advice with the High Priestess here. Let's see, yeah, and Dream here as well. I think you're very intuitive and people enjoy that. They like that about you. You listen to your gut feeling. Yeah, you're just like, you're someone who listens to your gut, and your gut feeling is like always correct, is what I'm hearing. It's like more often than not, you're like spot on. With the High Priestess here, we've got the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords. We also have the Three of Pentacles. Like I said, you definitely plan ahead. You are a planner for sure. It's like you can, it's like you can foresee all the possible things that could go wrong, or that like, all, I don't know. Maybe not necessarily go wrong, but it's like you can see all the different options ahead. You like can see all these different pathways, all these different turns that a night could take, you know. So when you go out with your friends, you bring Tylenol, you like, you've got all the things, you've got bottles of water, you've got everything that everyone might need. You're the type to tells people, you know, it's going to be cold out there, bring your coat, you know, like, do you have your coat? Do you have your bag? Do you have your ID? If you're like when you're traveling, I think you're like the airport mom, the airport dad, you know, make sure everybody gets there early. You've got everyone's boarding passes. You've got everyone's passports. Like you have it down. Like, you are able to really step up and kind of be, I don't know if be in control is really the right word, because I don't know that it's necessarily a control thing for you. I think it's just that you're very perceptive, and flexibility here too. It's like you're able to be flexible because you are so prepared all the time, okay? So with our High Priestess, we have the Nine of Pentacles, all right? So you also might have really good insight into finances as well. This might be something that your friends, family members, people in your circle really appreciate about you. They appreciate that you have really good foresight. I think you're someone who's very solid, you're very stable, like it's giving earth energy, you know, and that doesn't necessarily mean you have to be an earth sign, but those signs, if you don't know, are Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, in that order. Those are our earth signs, but so you might be one of those, you might not, or you might have like quite a bit of that energy in your astrology chart and your natal chart. But like I said, not necessarily, don't have to necessarily, just it gives me like very grounded, very like grounded, responsible energy, you know. So yeah, I think you have great insight when it comes to finances. I think people, I think you've made, you've like had quite a bit of success in your life as well, and I think people look up to you when it comes to this. I think this is something that people like about you. This is something that they look up to you. Like I said, you have great insight and perception when it comes to finances. I think when it comes to really practical decisions, practical situations, okay, you're really you're just very practical and down to earth in some ways, but in other ways you're also very like very it's like a very heavy mental energy. Like you're always thinking multiple steps ahead. With this Three of Pentacles here, you're always prepared for like a less than stellar outcome. And as a result, it's like it's like you've got it. Like nothing ever truly comes in and surprises you, or like takes you by surprise. Okay, all right. We've got the Knight of Wands. We've got the Page of Swords here too. So like I said, very like this air energy, like very head space energy, mental energy. Like I said, able to plan ahead, with the Three of Pentacles too, but also this Swords energy talks about higher intelligence, higher learning. So that might be something else that you're into as well. You're very like you like being mentally stimulated. We have that paired with the Knight of Wands over here too. So I think you're a very passionate person, especially about the things that you are interested in, things that you have a lot of interest in. You might be somebody who kind of has special interests and that you're passionate about. And this is something that your friends, family, inner circle, this is something that they find very endearing, is what I'm hearing. It's a very endearing quality. They really like how passionate you are about maybe about certain topics, certain subjects that you're learning, okay? Because the Page of Swords is it's like novice energy, but I think you're someone who's really excited about learning. You're really excited about learning new ideas, understanding new ideas. I think you like to kind of pick them apart, but not in like this negative picking apart, but more like you like to take them apart and better understand, or so that you can gain a better understanding, like it's giving it's like giving engineer vibes or something with that. It's like you want to take things apart in order to better understand them, and maybe that's not literally you want to take things apart or deconstruct things to better understand them. It could, it might not be something you do with physical things, but maybe that's something you like to do with ideas, or things that you're learning about, things that you're passionate about. But yeah, pile number one, this is really interesting. You guys are pretty cool. Yeah, so you're the friend that's always prepared. And because of that, you're able to be flexible, because you're like, okay, this night could go one of two ways. If it goes this way, we're going to need A, B, and C. And if it goes this way, we're going to need, X, Y, and Z. And it's like, you've got that. You're ready for it. You're prepared for situations that maybe aren't, like ideal. You're prepared for situations that aren't ideal, like being handed something that's not really what you're wanting, but you're always prepared for it. At least this is the perception that your friends have of you, friends, family, inner circle. They have this perception of you, like you're just always very prepared. You're also able to be very flexible, and I think that's because you're able to be so prepared for all of these different outcomes. You have a really interesting take on life. I think they find you to be very wise, particularly in like money matters, career matters, job, all of that. You have really great advice when it comes to that. Okay. I think courage too. I think all of this makes you seem like a very courageous person as well. Like you don't back down, you don't give up. Like you're not someone who gives up easily. Let's go ahead. I'm going to grab the guidebook and look at this Poppy Dream card here real fast. Just read you the keywords for it. Let me grab that. Okay. So ruled by Neptune and Saturn. Mystery of Dreamtime, the great unknown, breaking addictive habits, releasing unhealthy relationships, aligning to new intentions. Interesting. Okay, let's look and see in this book. It's very wordy. I'm not going to read it all to you, but let me see here. Okay, talks about dual nature between light and dark, because the poppy very much is that, because it's used to make... It can be used to induce like a dreamlike state. It can be used to induce a trance for spiritual awakening. It can be used to relieve pain. But at the same time, on the flip side, there's like a darker energy, because it can also be addictive, right? So there's that as well. And it's interesting too with this brave bow, we're talking about facing the dark inside. So it's like there's two sides to you, but not like in this two-faced type of way or anything like that. It's like two sides to you. It's like you can operate in the light or the dark just fine, or at least that's the perception that everyone has. It's like it doesn't matter if things are going really great or things are going kind of poorly. Either way, you appear prepared, you appear stable, solid. It's like you're not shaken very easily. You don't lose your enthusiasm. You might be like quite an optimist, and this is something that your friends, family, inner circle really appreciate about you. And I think this is something that is noticeable from the get-go. When somebody first meets you right off the bat, they really enjoy your energy. They really enjoy how positive and uplifting you are, but you're not like crossing over the line into delusional either. There's this nice balance between light and dark. There's this nice balance between using your mind, logic to figure something out, and using your intuition to feel it out. A balance between, being enthusiastic and optimistic, but also being prepared for things maybe not going as well as you'd like. It's like this, you're like this nice, balanced, stable person in others' lives that it brings people a sort of relief or a sort of comfort. It's comforting to be in your presence. It brings people relief. It brings them comfort because it's like, it's like they don't have to, I'm hearing part of it is they don't have to worry about you. They know that you've got your shit handled. So they don't have to worry about you. They don't have to worry if you're okay, if you're doing fine. Which can be, that's a double-edged sword, because even people who are super prepared and all of that stuff, we still need people in our corner. We still need support, right? So this can be something that can be a bit of a challenge. Sometimes it can crop up as a bit of a challenge, or maybe as something that's like a little less like a very balanced person. Like I said, overall, when we were talking about balance, you're just a very balanced person overall, well-rounded is what I'm hearing. And I think as a result, people kind of like, they really look up to you, but they kind of forget that like you need support too, that you can't always do it on your own, that you would like to have people in your corner, supporting you. I think this can be a bit of a heavy energy. Maybe sometimes it feels like it's a heavy responsibility. With the Four of Cups here too, underneath this Three of Pentacles, you're the one who was always planning ahead, and you've got everything. But as a result, it's like it's always falling on you, and that is a lot of labor. I'm hearing that it's like a labor of love. Like you're happy to do that for your friends, family, people you're close to. You're happy to be that person, but at the same time, you'd like that to be reciprocated at times too, is what I'm hearing. So your guides, higher self, they're coming through and saying, communicate that to the people that that you're closest to, the people that you have in mind when those feelings begin to come up. And let them know that, yeah, like I appear to have it all together. It may appear like I have it all, but I still struggle too. I still need support too. It would be really great if, maybe for this outing, someone else can make the plans. Someone else can make reservations. Somebody else can be the mom/dad of the group. So that I can take a little bit of a break, a little bit of a rest from having to always be having to always be yeah, I guess having to always be the one who is like, has their shit together. You know, sometimes it's nice to be the one who does not have their shit together. It's like, it can be freeing sometimes, you know, especially if you're used to being the mom of the group. So communicate that to your friends if it's something that becomes like, if it begins to feel like a bit of a burden sometimes. But I don't think it does you, like, I don't think it shakes you up too bad. I think this is something that you're proud of. You're proud of being the person that people can rely on. You're proud of being the person that is stable, enthusiastic, you plan ahead for all different outcomes. You're very perceptive. You give really great advice. Yeah, I love this for you, pile number one. This is so cool. To see this and to know that this is how people view you. This is like some of your most likable traits that people really enjoy about you, and celebrate about you too. So really, really awesome, pile number one. This is all that I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, watching the video. If it resonated, please like, subscribe, helps the channel so much, and I will see you all in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number two. Welcome to your reading. You've chosen the Modern Witch Tarot, and we are going to be using this tarot deck today to find out what it is that people find most likable about you. Okay, so these are going to be the qualities that people find the most endearing about you, your personality, your energy. Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll start with your oracle cards and move on to your tarot and learn a little bit more. So starting here, let's find out, what do people find most likable about my pile number twos? Grab all these real fast for my pile number twos. And I'm seeing both of these come out. And let's do this one, and that wanted to stay, so we'll do that. And you actually had one more, so you're just getting extra cards today, pile number two. All right, and then let's go ahead. Let me lay these out and then we'll move to your tarot. So we have teamwork. Okay, all right. We have teamwork here, and then what else? What do I do next? Let's do these two. We have graceful giraffe, growth, foresight, and vision. This says heavenward bound pillar, heighten my awareness and intuition. Okay. Let's see here. I want to make sure we can fit everything. Let's see. And then we have observant octopus, complexity, multitasking, ingenuity, shape-shifting guardian of the sea. Grant me the power of transformation. Okay. Let's see here. And then we have lion's mane with leadership. Number 18. This is a sign of Aquarius here. So you might be an Aquarius. You might not be, don't have to be, but some of you might be. And then we have Mukuna. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm sorry, I've been butchering it if you know. Number 16 with journey. Okay. And look here, these are actually interesting. They're actually ruled by these same planets. So really interesting here. Let's go ahead, grab the guidebook and find out a little bit more about these two cards here for you. I'll just read the keywords and the planets for you. Give me a minute. So starting with Mukuna. Yeah, I think that's how it's pronounced. Mercury and Uranus for both of these cards here. And this one is state of transition, leaving behind what is familiar and moving towards the unknown, connection to a higher mind, and trusting higher consciousness. And then lion's mane leadership, we have sacred masculine, leadership, ambition, provider, strong-willed, spiritual power. Okay, all right. Let's go ahead and grab these tarot cards and we will start talking about all of this here for my pile number twos. That the traits that are most likable. Let's see here. Definitely feeling that one. This and this one back here. It's like something about it. You just know the back card is like when it's moving all around in the back of your hand and or inside the palm of your hand, and just feels like it feels like you have to get it out. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Okay. So let's go ahead and see what we have here. We have the Ten of Wands. We have Temperance. We have Everything is Fine. We have Four of Cups. We have, let me move this around so I can grab these. We have Six of Cups. And Three of Swords. Okay. Interesting. Lots of Swords and Cups energy here. So yes, you might be an Aquarius or an air sign. You might be a water sign as well. So those air signs are Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Those water signs are Pisces, Scorpio. What's the other one, you guys? Oh my God. Why can't I think of it? Pisces, Scorpio. There's another one. There's another one in between. Oh my gosh, you guys, my brain just quit. And now my dog is making a ton of noise. I'm sorry. He likes to talk. Interesting. When I first started your reading, actually, he was on the floor he just likes to roll around and make noises. I don't know. And I thought, wow, that's interesting. That's very unique. It's like a unique trait about him. And I thought, I wonder if that's something that's going to come up with my pile number twos, is that there's something about them that's very unique, and that's what people like about them. And then we had Aquarius come up here, or Lion's Mane come out with this energy here. And I was like, yeah, okay. So I think one of the things is being unique here is a big thing for you guys. Back to that the water signs. So sorry. Yes, Pisces. What is the other one, you guys? Oh my gosh. Why can I not think of it? Cancer. That's what it is. Cancer. Sorry. I was like going through, I was like, okay, we've got Aries and then Taurus and okay, Cancer. Sorry guys. I'm so sorry for my Cancer signs out there. Yes, so air signs, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So might be one of those, might not. Anyways, so yes. So I think definitely being really unique is something that stands out about you. It's something that your friends, family, inner circle really like about you. Teamwork as well. I think you care very much about others. You care very much about helping others. You care very much about how your actions impact others. Like the collective itself is a bit more important to you, or taking care of the group, like is a bit more important to you than taking care of the individual. And what I mean by that is it's like you're fine with making small sacrifices in order to make sure that everybody else is taken care of. Like, and I'm seeing that here with the Ten of Wands, and Everything is Fine too here. Is that you really like, there's like this sense of self-sacrifice here. Like a sense of self-sacrifice for the sake of others. And it's something that is noticeable, like your inner circle, people notice this about you and they appreciate this about you. They acknowledge this and they appreciate this. They appreciate the fact that you are so willing to go the extra mile for others. Six of Cups here, Four of Cups here, two. In this particular context with Four of Cups, I think people admire the fact that you're very giving, okay? Both of these, we have a cup, like someone reaching out here, hand reaching out and handing someone a cup, okay? You're very giving, you're very loving. And with the Six of Cups here, possibly like maybe you like children, maybe you work with children even is something that I'm hearing, but you like children. You're very close to the children within your family or your inner circle. Okay. But you're very giving and loving, even when the other party isn't reciprocating, even when the other party is maybe not totally interested in what it is that you have to offer, or maybe they're a bit apathetic about it. Maybe it's someone, they're the type of person that they don't really want help, or they don't really want to open up. It's like it doesn't matter to you. And it's not that you like cross people's boundaries or anything like that, or don't respect people's boundaries. It's just that you're very giving. You're very giving. You're very loving, even to people who maybe others might perceive as undeserving of your love, of your attention. You're very much the type to, you don't discriminate when it comes to your ability to love others, to provide for others, to care about others. It doesn't matter if, maybe society deems somebody as being, a bit of a untouchable in society, or maybe someone who others might say are a bit hard to love. You don't have a hard time loving these people. You don't have a hard time reaching out and like offering a helping hand, or offering, like I said, love or affection or help. You don't have a problem with that. It doesn't matter how, it's like it doesn't matter to you. You don't discriminate when it comes to that. Someone doesn't have to do a bunch of performative shit in order to deserve your love and your affection and your help. You're always willing to go the extra mile, even when it harms you. Even when it may not be in your best interest, you're still willing to be there and to offer someone a helping hand. I think you're very, like, even though there's this air energy here, I think you're very in tune with your emotions, the emotions of others. You know when someone is going through a hard time, and it's like that's when you really shine. You really shine when someone is going through something. It's like you're happy to come through and like almost rescue them. It's like that's kind of the way it is, but you do it in a way that it's like empowering for them. You're not just coming in and saving the day and then expecting, like coming in and saving the day and expecting, well, you do expect nothing in return, but there's also this sense of like, it's like you are coming in to help people help themselves. Like you're coming in to be to offer your help, offer your assistance, but not just to do it for someone, because you understand that just saving someone from themselves over and over and over again is really unhealthy, not just for you, because it puts you in a situation, like it burdens you unfairly, but also it doesn't help that person because they don't learn anything from their mistakes or their situation, and so therefore they'll go out and maybe kind of get themselves into a similar situation. And so the teamwork here for me too, I feel like it definitely applies to this helping hand that you're always offering others. Okay. You're like, hey, let's work as a team. I will help you get past this. I will help you go through this. I will help you heal your inner child, or I will help you heal your heartbreak, or I will help you, even if maybe you're really not thrilled about having my help. Maybe your profession, maybe you're kind of a helping profession. So maybe you're a teacher, maybe you're a healthcare worker, maybe you're a counselor, maybe you're a therapist, maybe you're something like that. That could definitely be that you might have made a career out of this is what I'm saying. But also here too, with all of this, you're also a very spiritual person, I'm hearing as well. And that I'm hearing with this Lion's Mane card and the Mucuna card. You're very spiritual, you're very connected. And that's actually really interesting. I'm seeing here on this card, we have this rainbow. And then on the depiction of the Temperance card in this deck, she is wearing rainbow here as well. So you might pride yourself in being an ally, or you might actually be a part of the LGBT plus Q plus community. You might be an ally and you might pride yourself on that, or people might see you kind of as a safe space when they're going through something. They know they can always come to you, and you're not going to judge them. You're able to be nice and balanced in your, I'm hearing in your advice as well. If you're someone who, if you do provide somebody with advice, it's like it's nice and grounded advice. It's like good advice, but you're also very aware of the undercurrent of emotions. You're very aware of the emotions of the person. You're very aware of, or very mindful as far as making sure that you validate somebody's emotions. You know, you validate their experience and what they're going through, but you also offer very solid, grounded advice whenever they need it. And here with Graceful Giraffe too, we have growth, foresight, vision. I think that you help people grow on their journeys. That's something that you're doing, whether you're aware of that or not. And interestingly, you know, the thing is when we help others grow, oftentimes we find ourselves growing as well. So you have really grown into a very beautiful person. Okay, you're very definitely very intuitive here with this Mucuna card. Also the Giraffe card is talking about awareness and intuition as well. So you're very, very intuitive, like I said, very balanced here as well. You take a nice balanced stance in most situations. You can kind of see all sides of the argument, or of an argument, of a situation, but you do a great job being a source of comfort and validation while also offering good, steadfast advice. This Everything is Fine card is really interesting because this is actually an extra card in this deck. It has the same depiction as the Ten of Swords within the deck, but this is really talking about someone not being, it's like distracting themselves from the swords, pretending like everything is fine when it's not. So this is saying, I'm hearing a couple of things with this card. First of all, you can like recognize when someone is in this situation and you're willing to offer them help. You're happy to offer someone this help, even if they're not really wanting to take it because they kind of rather ignore the situation that they're in. They kind of rather not deal with the swords in their back, right? They kind of rather not deal with this situation. But you see the situation, for these types of situations, for what they are, and you're always happy to offer a helping hand to them when they're experiencing this. Now, the other message I'm hearing from this card is that you might find yourself in this situation sometimes because it can be a big burden, kind of being everyone else's support. Because that's what I'm seeing here. I mean, you are definitely everybody's support. You are definitely the person that comes through, and I'm hearing like shelters people from the storm. Like you're a shelter, you're a safe place for people. Like I think overall that's like the overarching theme here for your reading and for your thing that makes you the most likable, like that primary thing. You're just a safe space for people. People know they can go to you. They're going to receive good, solid advice, and help if they need help, but also they're going to receive that emotional validation. They're going to receive a type of understanding, or what feels like understanding. Like you offer a specific brand of empathy that others aren't able to offer, and you're nice and balanced with it, where you still stay super grounded and you encourage people to stay grounded, but you also are able to offer them so much in the way of emotional support. And I think your ability to do this is very like it's ingenious, you know. I think you, like I said, I really feel like maybe you're in some sort of helping type of career and you've kind of made this your life's work or your life's purpose. And maybe that's just a few of you because that's very specific, but I'm definitely feeling that there's somebody here who has made this kind of like, this is who they are. But like I was saying with this everything is fine card, the flip side of this could be that, you know, this might be how you feel sometimes. You kind of take on everybody else's burden, and you don't really have someone to help you with yours. Is kind of what I'm hearing for you, is that it can be frustrating because no one is there offering you a helping hand. Sometimes you're like always the person helping others, and you don't really, and because people see you this way, they kind of forget that you also need that support. You also need that help. So I think there are times when I think you find yourself at times feeling overwhelmed, and you kind of, so much to the point that you'd rather just kind of ignore the fact that you're feeling overwhelmed. It's like too much to handle and you're not sure how to cope with it. With like this everything is fine card, you know, sitting here doom scrolling instead of dealing with the swords. I think that sometimes this is how you feel sometimes, because you're always the person helping everyone else, and as a result, people maybe don't realize that you too need help. So if that's something that you're feeling, or if that's something that you do occasionally feel, it's important to open up and communicate that to your friends, to your family, to your inner circle. Hey, yeah, I may seem like I'm the person always, you know, yeah, I'm the one who's always offering support, love, understanding, empathy, and even sometimes advice in situations when people are really struggling and going through something. But I too need assistance. I too need that support. I also need that reciprocated for me from my inner circle, because, you know, you can't pour from an empty cup, and you are definitely like filling other people's cups, you know. You're definitely doing that, but you have to have your cup full in order to really do this to the best of your ability, to the greatest extent. So don't be afraid to reach out, and, you know, just gentle reminder, reach out and let your friends, family know, inner circle, whoever it is for you, let them know that you also need support sometimes too. You know, let them know when you do need support, because I think you'll find it. I think people just kind of forget, like when you're the person who's always coming in to validate and rescue, help everyone else. I think people sometimes forget that you also need that help as well. So this is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment. It helps so much. And I will see you all in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Phantom Wise Tarot deck, and today we are going to find out what it is that people find most likable about you. So let's start with your oracle cards. We'll grab these, and then we'll move to your tarot cards, okay? So for my pile number 3s, what is it that people find most likable? And I feel this one down here. We have influence, okay? And then this one, my pile number 3, I'm feeling, ooh, magical moon, all right. This is actually an additional card, and I feel this one as well for you. Curious cat. Okay, so magical moon says illumination, awareness, and discovery, and this says luminous light in the dark. Take me on a journey to reveal my truth. And then curious cat with independence, spontaneity, balance, and this says agile hunter, protector, and friend. Summon the mystical magic of nature. Okay. Let's grab this final one for you here. And we have tobacco with offering. Interesting. Because actually in this influence card, we have these cigarettes here as well. So an emphasis possibly on the meaning of this tobacco card. talking about offering. So the tobacco card does talk about how it is a sacred offering, or it was used as a sacred offering, used as a way to connect to the gods. Let me grab the guidebook. We'll chat a little bit about this card. And then we will move on to your tarot and put it all together. So tobacco, it's ruled by Mars and Pluto. Okay, so power, ofrenda or offering, divine gift, invocation, respect, deep alignment with will and purpose. Okay, so yes, widely used by shamans in the Amazon. It's one of the ultimate ofrendas or offerings, sacred offerings to the spirit world. Let's see. It's a protective and powerful energy. It says, don't allow the illusions of power to ignite destructive behaviors or propel you towards addictive habits. Okay. Illusions of power. And then we have influence up here as well. And then here we're talking about illumination. Interesting. Okay. Sorry, I was just kind of thinking, I was just kind of feeling it out and listening to the messages here. Pile number 3. I feel like you're the type of person, like, you don't get caught up in these types of illusions. Like, you almost like pull people out of these illusions. Like, you, yeah, like you pull people out of these illusions. Like, very grounded, balance as well, definitely. Very grounded, very balanced. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and grab your tarot cards here for my pile number 3s. What it is that people like about them, their most likable qualities. Feeling this one down here, there, and then we have, ooh, okay, all right. So we have the King of Swords. Yeah, it's like you have the ability to see through, like cut through the illusions, cut through the BS. We have Knight of Cups. Yeah, we'll talk about these in a minute. We have 10 of Cups. Okay, with the 8 of Pentacles, and then we have 2 of Wands with the Lovers. Yeah. Okay, sorry guys, these cards, this card stock's just a little more flimsy, so they do kind of get a little, the cards get a little distorted. Interesting too, because like a distortion of reality, you know, like an illusion is like a distortion of reality. It's like you can see through that. It's like you can cut through that. You don't get... it's like that likable quality is that you're able to like cut through the bullshit. You don't get too caught up in emotions. You don't get too caught up in all of that. And see, once again, we have like a more, I mean, air energy is not like crazy stable, but this is the King of Swords here. As compared to like this Knight of Cups, and then we have the 10 of Cups here as compared to the 8 of Pentacles. So like balance for sure, and then 2 of Wands and the Lovers, so 2 and 2 right here as well. I mean, I know the Lovers is like a number 6, but the Lovers talks about 2 people coming together and choosing each other. So like in the most, like on the most basic meaning of this card. So yeah, balance is a big thing for you. It's a big thing that people really appreciate about you, is that you are very balanced. And I think you're someone who can pull people kind of back to reality when it's necessary. But this doesn't mean that you're really closed-minded, or that you're like very, or like you're dull. You're actually very interesting. You're very intuitive. You're very perceptive. You're very aware. And I think that is what allows you to, this is what allows you to be able to cut through illusions, cut through, kind of cut through the bullshit is what I'm hearing here. You're able to be like, I don't know, you're able, I'm like, I don't know what it is that I'm trying to say. I mean, you're able to just be nice, stable, and solid, even in the midst of excitement. Like, you don't get overexcited. Like, don't get me wrong, you definitely feel excitement sometimes, of course, but you don't let it like sweep you away. You don't like get caught up in this, okay? And then we have the 10 of Cups here. So you also appear to be someone who really has it all when it comes to family. People see you as a very hard worker, particularly as it relates to your family. So maybe you are the breadwinner in your family, if there are multiple people that you're kind of taking care of, or if there's another person that you're kind of providing for. So maybe you're the breadwinner, or you're just seen as someone who just works really hard, but maintains a good balance between your work and home life, okay? It feels like you're someone who seems like they have it all. They've got a great home life, they've got a great work life, you know. And then with 2 of Wands and the Lovers here as well. Oh, and look, we have another cat right here. So you might have a cat, you might love cats, that might be your thing, but I think you really embody this energy of a cat. You're independent, you're able to maintain a great balance, right? Because cats are incredible at balancing. I think you have a really good, I'm hearing like foresight as well, and I think that comes into play with this magical moon card here too. You're like really good at listening to your intuition. You have really good foresight. You're kind of able to see like when you come up to, like, when you're in a situation and you kind of come up to a fork in the road, metaphorically, you're able to kind of tell in some way. And I say tell because it's not always like you're able to see it very clearly. So you're able to tell because there's some sort of like intuitive thing going on underneath the surface, okay? Where you're able to know generally like how things are going to work with each path. You can kind of foresee that. You have good sight. You have good foresight when others maybe necessarily don't. So like cats see really great when it's dark out. I feel like it's the same way with you. When things seem like dimly illuminated, maybe not exactly sure like where this path is taking me, where this is headed, it's like that's not a problem for you. You're able to still see pretty clearly what it is that's coming up, or what it is, like where a path is leading. You're able to see this better than what others can. And this is something that people like about you, because they're able to come to you and ask for advice. With the King of Swords here, I'm hearing you give very, very good advice. You give very good advice. Yeah, very good advice, and you're always happy to cheer someone on in their own personal endeavors. Like it's just like that you're like that stable, solid figure in everyone's corner, where you're like urging people like, yes, go, you can do this. I believe in you. Like, I believe that you have the ability to, go after your dreams. I believe that you have the ability to do all of that. But at the same time, you don't gas people up to the point where it's like delusion. It's like this nice, balanced, stable type of advice that you provide. And I think that you're a very like grounding person for people, because they can come to you and it's like you kind of, it's like speaking with you, having a conversation with you, asking you about like, talking to you about their situation and asking you what your advice is. It's like I'm hearing like, it's like you remove the fog from people's eyes. It's like you remove the fog and they're able to see much clearly. Like you lend this sight to others, this foresight or this ability to see really well in situations where others might not be able to see hardly at all. You know, you really illuminate the way for them. You really open their eyes to certain illusions maybe in their reality. You're like, hey, you know, it may feel like that, but that's really, you know, it may seem like X, Y, and Z, but really it's more like A, B, and Z. It's just, you know, all these other things are going on and it's making it seem like it's something that it's not. You know, you're able to cut through that. I'm almost hearing like de-influence someone, you know, kind of talk someone off the ledge. I'm hearing too, you know, before like they're going to go jump and do something absolutely wild. And, you know, you're able to tell, you know, you're able to see which way this path is leading for them. And you're like, ooh, okay, hold on a minute. And you can kind of talk someone off the ledge. You can kind of break through that illusion. Okay. I think you really help people on their own journeys to self-discovery, to really understanding themselves and understanding their situations. You're very good at this. You're very good at seeing which way paths, like what path is leading what way, and helping people choose, you know, which way to take, which path to follow. I'm just hearing like you give excellent advice, and it's always very balanced. And the reason people come to you for advice is not just because you have a great track record, you know, with helping others in these types of situations, but also it there very much appears like you've got it all. You know, you've got a great loving support system, your inner circle, you're very close, you're very happy with this. You also have, like, you're also a very hard worker. You also are, I'm hearing like you're working at mastering your craft. You're a master of your craft, okay? And these are things that people, they look up to you is what I'm hearing here. Like even with magical moon here, you know, we look up at the moon. Like it feels like people really look up to you for advice because they know that you have the ability to see things very clearly. You might find yourself, you might even have some, especially with this magical moon card here, which is actually an additional card. It's the only card within this oracle deck that is not an animal. Especially with this card here. Oh, what was I saying, you guys? I lost my train of thought with that. You're just able to, like I said, just cut through the illusion. People really look up to you. I think you really help light the way for some people. Yeah, you're kind of like a light in the darkness for some people at times. Yeah. Light in the darkness. You help people make good choices. They like to come to you for advice because you're very balanced, you're very stable, and it definitely appears like you have you've got your shit together. So, you know, they go to you for advice because they think, well, maybe they'll help me get my shit together. And you're actually able to do that pretty successfully is what I'm hearing here. So with every pile, this is the third. So with the last two piles, it was clear that there was some wounding or some sort of wound from these traits. So like with, you know, like for example, with some of the other piles, you know, if you're someone who's always, if you're like the mom or the dad friend that's always taking care of other people and making sure that their needs are met, you know, sometimes it can be hard because it feels like, well, no one's reciprocating, no one's meeting your needs. You're always having to be on, you're always having to be responsible for everyone else, and that can be exhausting. And then with, you know, another pile, you know, always being the one to offer emotional support, always being the one to offer that, but, you know, not really feeling like people are giving you that in return. With your pile, I'm not seeing anything. It feels like this is like a very sustainable place for you. Like, yeah, it feels like this is a very sustainable place for you to be in. Like, you're not like you find it like balance, like just balance, dude. Like you found a great balance between helping others but making sure your needs are met as well. I think like with some of the other piles, it's something that I think that like it was reflected in their reading and the cards that came out, that there's some struggles there where they're giving a little bit too much of themselves and not communicating to their inner circle that they need that reciprocated sometimes, because you know they can't be there for everybody else all the time. With you, I feel like you found a really nice balance between helping others and also helping yourself, or maintaining a nice boundary to where you're able to offer your assistance to others, your advice, your assistance to others, while also, but you're not overextending yourself. And this is the first pile that I've seen that in, where I'm not seeing anything that goes, ooh, okay, there's a wound here that we need to talk about, because you know this person is feeling like maybe they're being like maybe these traits are not, you know, maybe they're not really truly being appreciated, or maybe it's not being reciprocated. And so they're feeling a little burnt out on these things sometimes too. Like, I just give so much of myself and I never get anything back. I just don't see that with your pile number 3. And I mean, that doesn't mean that you may not feel that way at times, but it's definitely, it's obviously not something that is like overwhelming. I don't feel like this is overwhelming. You even see here with this 10 of Cups card, these little like teacups stacked right here. I mean, like this beautiful balancing act right here, where I mean, it's just, it's like this little rabbit is having no problem pouring tea into these cups, and they're balancing just fine, and they're able to pour into others while still maintaining a good balance. And see here, it's like with these books, it's like they've built a decent foundation so that they feel nice and stable while pouring into others. And this is something that I'm seeing for you guys, is that it's not being this person in your circle, taking on this role it's not overwhelming for you, because you've built a nice foundation and you have great boundaries that you've set to where you're able to balance helping others and helping yourself. Like, you have just done a wonderful job with this pile number 3. You're like, I mean, it's like, you're like I don't know. It's like you're a master of giving advice and helping others while also taking care of yourself too. And that can be a really hard balance to find. And I keep seeing independence here on this curious cat, and I definitely don't want to discount that. That may be, or not chat about that for a minute, because that might be why we're seeing all this for you, is that you are quite independent. You do feel like you can handle yourself and your own shit pretty well. And I think part of this is because you are a very balanced person. You have created a nice balance in your life. You have created boundaries. And that's not to say that you don't have needs from others. It's just that you're able to go about making sure those needs are met in a way that maybe others don't. King of Swords here, this is not just offering great advice and being intelligent and stable, okay? This is also about oh my gosh, you guys, my brain is not working today. I don't feel awesome today, and I feel like it's apparent, and I apologize for that. It's like you don't just offer great advice to people. I totally forgot my train of thought, you guys. I am so sorry. We were talking about independence. King of Swords here, offering great advice to others. Nice and stable here too with this. Oh, communication. That's where I was going. Oh my goodness. Okay. You're great at communicating. So you're good at communicating your needs. That is something that, other piles had to chat about, is communicating. It's important to communicate your needs and communicate with those in your inner circle and let them know, hey, I can't abandon myself to always be there for you guys. Like, I need someone to reciprocate and be there for me as well. You are really good at communication with the King of Swords here, which makes me think that when you need space, you're able to communicate that quite well. You're able to say, hey guys, I got to take a break, or kind of disconnect. Maybe you're very good at disconnecting, from social media. So you don't feel worn out by the other people's energies and problems and stuff going on. You're able to kind of protect your own energy much better. You're just better at boundaries, better at balance. It's like, I'm hearing like it's almost like a divine gift for you, a divine gift of balance and of boundary setting. And something that these are things that just other people can really struggle with. And I'm just seeing here that you really don't struggle with that like others do. And once again, I think that this is also a part of one of the things that people really like about you is, you are able to communicate when you need space. And so it's not a guessing game. People don't feel like they're wearing you out necessarily. And you don't get tired of people. You don't get burnt out. You don't feel like people are wearing you out because you just don't allow it to happen. You've got a great foundation. You maintain a nice balance between other people's energy and your own energy. But anyways, pile number 3, this is what I'm seeing for you. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps so much. And I will see you all in your next reading. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the totally unofficial Adventure Time Tarot deck, and we are going to find out what it is that people find most likable about you, okay? So let's go ahead and jump in here. I have a few Oracle decks here that we'll start with, and then we'll jump into your tarot, find out a little bit about what it is that people find most likable about you. And that was interesting. That card was actually flipped the wrong way here. Memory, okay. All right, so we're gonna go with that. Interesting, that was the only card flipped that way. Okay, and then, let's see here. My pile number 4s. I hope I said pile number 4 and not pile number 3. I'm sorry if I said pile number 3. I usually only do 3 piles, but today I felt called to do 4. So we have memory, and then we have elegant eagle with clarity, inspiration, and insight. And this says, ancient and sacred beast of the skies, awaken my spirit to soar to new heights. Okay. And then out here. Let's see. Doesn't feel right shuffling it like that. Ooh, that one right there for sure. All right. Let's see what we have. We have Blue Lotus, intuition, and this is ruled by the sun and the moon. Okay, so we've got memory, intuition, elegant eagle. Let's go ahead and grab your tarot cards, and then we will jump in here. So for my pile number 4s, ooh, what do people find most likable about them? How many do we have here? 3, and then let's get 3 more for you. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So we have, starting out, we have Ace of Coins. Okay. We have 5 of Swords. Interesting. Lots of messages coming through. We have 8 of Coins. We have 2 of Wands. We have 8 of Swords. Ooh, interesting. Another 8. And then we have 7 of Wands. Okay. Wow. All right. Pile number 4. So the first thing when I saw this Ace of Coins and this 5 of Swords pop up here, 5 of Swords can talk about, it can talk about things going on maybe behind your back, or things going on behind people's backs, something that someone's not seeing, maybe information that someone's not able to see. I'm seeing here that you're the type of person, you you find opportunity. Like, you're very great at recognizing opportunity, is what I'm hearing. You're very, very good at recognizing new opportunity. You have a lot of insight. You're able to see things much more clearly than others. And with memory here as well, I think you're somebody who you recognize patterns, because memory, a lot of times, like, it makes me think of memory games, and those games where you like have to, remember what's under each one and match them up. Your memory is very good, but also I think, but it makes me, like, to me, it's like screaming patterns. You're really great at noticing patterns, pattern recognition, and working through that. And with the Ace of Coins and the Five of Swords here, you're able to see opportunity where others might not. Tangible opportunity too. You're able to see this when others might not, okay? You use your intuition. I think you have this nice balance between like this fiery active energy and this more flowy chill energy. Like, there's this nice balance here for you. You're able to make things happen, but you're also able to flow as well here with this Blue Lotus card. And then yes, right here, you see opportunity when others don't, in situations that others might not be able to see it. Maybe even in situations that aren't necessarily favorable, you still see the opportunity there. You still see an opportunity for something, okay? And then here we have Eight of Coins. Okay, so you're very enthusiastic about your work. You're very enthusiastic about the things that you're working towards within your life. So doesn't necessarily have to be a job or career, but it definitely could be. This is just material goals, things that you're working towards in this life. You're very enthusiastic about it. You're really a master of your craft, is what I'm hearing here. And with the Two of Wands, it's like this has opened up so many avenues for you. And it's like, it feels like you always know the right path to take. You always know the path to take that's going to be in your best interest. It's like you just have this clarity and this insight that others just, it's like they just don't have, it's like you're able to get yourself out. I'm also hearing too, you're able to get yourself out of situations that might seem impossible or that might make others feel trapped. It's like you can finesse yourself out of that situation. You don't allow yourself to sit somewhere and just be stuck. You don't allow yourself to just be stuck. You really, you're really able to wiggle your way through or wiggle your way out of situations that would otherwise keep people stuck. And I think that is because you're able to see opportunities and recognize patterns. I think pattern recognition comes into this for you. You're able to see all of that, in a situation that might not be totally ideal. It's fine because you can find your way out of it. You can wiggle your way out of it. You can fight through it. You're able to do this. I'm hearing here also you're very resolute. You're very, it's like once you put your mind to something, you're going to do it. Like that's just, and that might be memory here too coming through, is once you put your mind to something, you do it. You're able to do that. And we have here soaring to new heights. I think you set a really good example for people as well. I think people really admire you and they look up to you. They look up to your ability to see opportunity in every situation. They really look up to the fact that you are a master of your craft, whatever that might be or mean specifically for you. You're a master of the material here. You're a master of I'm even hearing a master of your reality, because this Eight of Coins, this particular Eight of Coins in this deck also gives, it's also giving magician energy as well. Okay, so like it's like he made these coins like materialize out of nowhere, and that's kind of, it's like you make opportunity, like you just see opportunities and you just make it happen, almost as if by magic. And you know, I mean, maybe if you're into magic, maybe that's what this is, but you know that it's not just necessarily magic. See, for you, it doesn't feel like that. You're like, well, I mean, this is just the thing that makes the most sense. This is just the path that makes the most sense for me. This is just the path that has the most, that I see the most opportunity. But it's like you can see that opportunity when others can't. You have that insight that others don't have. And with this Two of Wands here in this particular deck, it's like you find inspiration in things that, because this is Wands, is talking about passion, inspiration, you're able to find inspiration in situations that others just can't, like they just can't see it. They don't see the value of something. They might, like, you just see the value of things like in such a different way than others. And I think it's really interesting too. We have this card is mostly red, this card is mostly yellow, and this card is mostly blue. So this is like something that's in multiple areas of your life. So when it comes to, you know, when it comes to your finances, your stability, you know, this red is giving me like root chakra energy, okay? When it comes to that, you know, you've got it down. You're able to see opportunity, you know, in, like I said, even in situations that maybe aren't necessarily ideal, or situations where others might not be able to see it. They might feel a little off balance. It might knock them kind of off balance, but it doesn't for you. You see the opportunity there and you take advantage of that with the Five of Swords here. And then this Two of Wands, this yellow, you're very confident in your ability to, make things happen for yourself, particularly in the financial, material realm. If you want something, you're going to get it. And you have a lot of confidence in your ability to do this, okay? Definitely like solar plexus energy here with this yellow. Lots of confidence in your ability to manifest, if that is something that you do, or at least to make things work for you, to achieve your goals. It's like I said, it's as if it happens by magic. That's the way people like view that. And then with this blue here, this is definitely giving me throat chakra vibes, okay? So maybe you're the type of person, you know, you might find yourself, if you find yourself in kind of a sticky situation, you're able to talk your way through it. You're able to convince a whole crowd, you know, why you're able to convince people of things, like a whole crowd. You know, I'm even hearing like you're able to convince a crowd who has tons of wands why it is that they need this particular one that you have. It's like you can sell, I'm hearing like you could sell water to a fish. Like there's all those different like little phrases that people say that basically you can sell someone something that they not only do they not need, but they have like multiple of that. They have no need for it, but you can sell it to them anyways. That's like the way that you are. It's like you have such a way with words, you know, too. If you get yourself in a situation where you've kind of dug yourself a hole, you're kind of trapped, you're able to fight through that. But you don't have to necessarily do it with like brute force. You do it with your words. You're very clever is what I'm hearing. You're very, very clever, pile number 4. And this is something that people really like about you. They admire about you. They admire how clever and well-spoken you are. They admire how confident you are in your ability to make things happen for yourself, okay? And your ability to master, I'm kind of hearing like master your life. And then yeah, you see opportunities in situations where others might feel helpless, hopeless, or even distracted. You know, I mean, they might be distracted by the energy of a situation, but not you. You're able to see through that, and you're able to see the opportunities that lie within that situation. And you're able to be quite flexible about it as well. Maybe even the ability to kind of shapeshift into who it is that you need to be in any given moment so that you can make so that you can take advantage of a situation and make something work for you when, you know, when things maybe, when odds maybe aren't in your favor. You're still able to make it work for you. And like I said, it's almost like it comes out of nowhere. Like it's as if by magic, you're able to see these opportunities and garner some sort of tangible results from them. And this is something that people really look up to you. I think that they are really like about you, and I think they look up to you. You know, they see that you have like, it's like you always can see the bigger picture, you know, with this elegant eagle here. You always see the bigger picture. You can see the bird's eye view. I think memory too here, you have a really great memory. And as a result, like this helps you, like I said, with the pattern recognition, but this also helps you fine-tune your approaches to future situations, because you're like very good at remembering, okay, last time something like this happened, I tried this, wasn't exactly what I was going for. You know, this time, let's try something a little different. It's like memory does not fail you. Your memory serves you quite well, okay? And this allows you to be successful in these areas of life and in these maybe even tricky situations. And it's like it like leaves people awestruck, you know, like the elegant eagle here, like eagles, it'll leave people like are kind of awestruck by them, especially when they see them up close and realize how large they are. It's like you're larger than life, and you leave people awestruck because you just are able to, I mean, you turn lemons not just into lemonade. I mean, you turn it into the whole lemon corporation. Like, it's like you're able to just really build upon things and transmute. Yes, you transmute energy into something that that benefits you in a way that other people just can't quite figure out how to do it for themselves. But you're able to do this really, really well. You have a nice balance between action and flow, like we have here with the moon and the sun here. Nice balance between action and flow. You know when you need to just hang back and chill, but you know, like you're able to discern when it is that you need to spring into action and do something. It's like you always know the right things to say. Like, it's just, you're very, people look up to you. Pile number 4, people definitely look up to you for sure. And your ability to finesse situations to where they work in your favor. This is so cool. Pile number 4. This is really all that I'm seeing for you. And I know that, I mean, it's not just like, as if that's not a ton of things. I mean, honestly, it's like every area of your life, you really have it nailed as far as, when we're talking about your material goals, we're talking about mental situations here, maybe having to speak, like public speaking, or you're just able like to convince people of things so easily. But yeah, this is what I'm seeing for you, pile number 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for being here. Please like, comment, subscribe. It helps the channel so much, and I will see you all in your next reading. Bye.